Recently, I was down at the 2015 open house at Twisted Throttle in Exeter, Rhode Island, and they had a bunch of booths set up there with different vendors, and I was able to talk to Eric from Bel-Ray Products, and he gave me a bottle of their new spray-on, rinse-off cleaner. So I thought, hey, that sounds like a great excuse for a video, so thought we'd give it a live test right here since my bike's pretty darn dirty right now. Now I'm lucky. My blue doesn't show dirt very much, but if you look closely there, you can see there's a lot of grime on this bike. So let's try these products out and see how they work. So the instructions say that you're just supposed to spray this stuff on, let it set for a few minutes, and then rinse it right off with water. So that's exactly what we're going to do. On this dirty section right here, we're just going to spray it on and see what happens. Alright, so I've got the bike sprayed down, at least the front half here. Now I'm going to take a nice microfiber cloth, we're going to wet it, we're going to wipe this stuff off and see what it does. Okay, so I've got the bike all sprayed down, all cleaned and wiped off, and I tell you, I'm pretty impressed with this stuff. The biggest thing is that right down here on my saddlebag, I had a couple of scuffs, you know, from my wife dragging her boot across the saddlebag as she gets off, and it took it right off. I mean, I just sprayed a little extra on there, and then when I went to wipe it down, it just came right off with no problem. And you know, sometimes those scuffs can be rough to get off. But this was really easy. So I'm impressed so far with this product. Hey, here's the big test though. Let's see how it works on grimy wheels. Alright, so I did 2 applications on the wheels because, to be honest with you, I don't clean my wheels very much. On the Vision, this is like a 2 or 3 hour process to get the wheels all cleaned and polished. Like, my back wheel hasn't been done in well over a year. It probably won't get done at all this year because I just hate doing it. It's just a horrible process. So I don't clean them very often, so there's some discolorations and things in the aluminum that this stuff just isn't going to get out. But overall, it did get all of the grime and everything off. It just came off really easy, so it's good stuff. Alright, so in finishing up with this spray wash from Bel-Ray, the one thing I have to say about it is I used a pretty good amount on my bike. Now, I got a big bike, right, so I got to cover a lot of area. So this thing is probably going to get me 2, maybe 3 washes out of it. So I don't know what it costs. Before I finish this video, I'll look that up and let you guys know. So depending upon what it costs, it could be an expensive process to wash your bike with this stuff. But as far as how it works, it really works great. I'm really impressed with it. Alright, the second product that I'm going to use today on the bike, something completely new to me, is Bel-Ray's Silicone Spray Protectant. So I hear this stuff is pretty good. What I'm told is that if you apply this often, that bugs and things will just wipe right off really easy. Now I have to say, I had some bugs on the windshield and the spray took them right off. On the cowling in front too. Took them right off with no problem. So I'm going to use this now, shine it up, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, so I got the entire bike sprayed down with the silicone protectant and then wiped off. Basically how you use this stuff is you spray it on, you let it dry for a couple of minutes, and then you wipe it off. And being that it's a silicone product, when you spray this on, you can see it misting on, and within a few seconds you can see it start leveling itself out. It looks like you put a new coat of clear on your bike. So that's pretty impressive. Then you let it dry and you wipe it up a little bit, and it really shines. All of the black parts on my bike in particular are really shiny now. So it's looking good. I'm impressed with this stuff. Again, the one thing though is that on a bike my size, I use pretty much all of this can. So this can is going to be about 1 application for me on this. So we'll see how often I have to use it. I'll try it again and I'll let you know how it works out. And also I'll post the price later on when I find it out, because I haven't looked it up yet. But if you need more information, you can look this up at www.belray.com. Check out all of their products. They make lubricants, fuel additives, and bike care products. So I'm impressed. All right, so before we finish this video, I wanted to give you an update because after I had cleaned the bike and used the silicone protectant on it, I went out riding the very next day, and I've been riding back and forth to work all week, and I have not cleaned the bike at all. Other than I did one thing. I wanted to see, because after my ride I got a few bugs on the windshield and on the front of the bike. I wanted to see how that protectant worked, and I was able to just take my finger and just wipe the bug right off. So I was pretty impressed. But other than that, I haven't done this at all. So now we're going to take a good microfiber cloth and we're just going to wipe the bike down without washing it at all, and we're going to see how that protectant works. So I don't know if you can see this very well, but there are a few of these black spots in here. These are like bugs and things that have gotten caught on the front of the bike here. So I said, we're just going to take this microfiber cloth, again, no water, nothing, and we're going to see how easily these things come off. Well, that's it. You can see most of this stuff has come off. I've had to do very minimal rubbing. A couple of them were a little harder on there, so I gave it a little bit of a scrub, and they came right off. All right, so I just finished wiping down the entire front of my bike with nothing but this clean microfiber cloth. And everything came off, all of the little bug parts, all of the dust, all of the pollen, everything just came right off very easily with minimal scrubbing. A couple of bugs I had to just use a little bit of a finger, but nothing like you would expect from a bug that's been dried for quite a few days. Things just came off really, really easy. I'm very impressed with these products. I'm going to get some more and continue to use them throughout this season. And again, I'll let you know how it goes.